So once again, I'm going to make some cookies. I'm going to make some ginger cookies. Ginger cookies are the best cookies for losing weight. Anyone who's on any type of diet, if you got a sugar craving, I'll tell you what, make some ginger cookies and use some black pepper in it. I did it the other night and I'm going to do it again tonight. But I'm not going to eat it tonight because it's past my window of opportunity for eating. So I'm going to make them, let them cool down, and put them directly in the freezer. So let's get going with this. Okay, so, and I'm basically doing everything that I said I wouldn't. I'm going to use white flour because that's all I've got at this point. Usually I use gluten-free flour, but today it's going to be white flour. So just be aware of that. Okay, so, and I'm also going to use butter, which I only use a quarter of butter a day, but when I'm baking cookies, it's different. So, okay, so let's see here. And I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to be fancy. So, yeah, that's about a quarter of a cup. So about a quarter of a cup of butter, and then egg or brown sugar. I don't know if you can even see that. If you can see that. Maybe if I brought your breath down here. Okay, I'm not very good at this. Okay, so quarter cup of butter, and then brown sugar, a cup of brown sugar, and I have an egg. I gotta put one egg, but I only have this so I can see if there's any blood in the egg. If there's blood in the egg, I usually throw it out. So, yeah, and I don't like the little tail where the egg has been fertilized, so I take that off, right? So one egg goes in there. Now I have black pepper, which is a half tube, and ginger. These two combined are good for losing weight. They keep your keep your metabolism high, and it also lowers your cortisol. So ginger and pepper, right? So I'm going to take this. I do have a mixer. Once I get this all kind of wet, I might use my mixer. So we'll see. Yeah, I think we'll use the mixer. Use my mixer. But trust me, you don't want to see. I couldn't get the handle in, and the it all went all over the place. So I'm going to do it by hand. I have this fancy little contraption here, and I'm going to try this. So I put some jaggery in. I ran out of brown sugar, and so I just used jaggery, but it's a different color. You see, I don't know if you can see that. It's almost an orangey color, so it is what it is, right? So one egg, 1 cup of sugar, a quarter cup of butter, and now I'm going to put the spices in. Okay. And I'm not going to measure. So this is the ginger, and it's strong. So I like lots and lots and lots of ginger. So that's about a tablespoon of ginger, if not more. Black pepper. So I use this. I basically use this to speed up my metabolism, right? Ginger cookies are amazing for speeding up your metabolism and helping you lose weight. So, you know. So we're going to put about, I don't know, tablespoon of black pepper in, along with the ginger. And then we're just going to mix it up again. And I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, which I forgot to take out. So 1 teaspoon. Okay, so I keep my baking soda in this. Okay, so 1 teaspoon. I had no idea what this type of thing was for, and I was watching one of the YouTube channels and I learned, yeah, I learned very quickly. I wondered what it was for. I seen it at the thrift store, and I thought that it's kind of a weird outfit. I've never seen it, but yeah. So, right. So now we're gonna put the flour in. Okay, I gotta take my ring off, and 1 cup, maybe a little bit over 1 cup of flour, right? So. So I wash my hands. Okay, so we're gonna mix this up with the spoon. Gee, that's not even a lot of flour. That was like 1/4 cup of flour, really? So I gotta get it together here. So I'm just kind of folding it into itself, right? I do make the best ginger cookies. They taste so good. So good. I made some the other day too. I don't think I showed them to you though. Okay, so a little bit more. That's about 1/2 cup of flour. That's weird. I don't think I even need a whole cup of flour. Yeah, I don't think I need a whole cup of flour. We'll see. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of folding it into each other like that, just to get it the consistency I want it. We had a bit of a snowstorm today or tonight. First it rained, and then this evening it was like just coming down. Um, the snow was just a packing down, like it was unbelievable, but it was so pretty, so pretty. Yeah, so, okay, so let's show you what the dough looks like. You can see the pepper in it, right? So that's what we do with that. And you want it the consistency of Play-Doh. See? It's like the consistency of Play-Doh. They make the best, right? So here we go. I'm having a really bad hair day. I just got off the phone with a friend who is leaving the area. And I've known this friend for years and years. You know, before I had the stroke, before I quit work, before the cancers, I knew this fella for a long time. I've known him since I had the business in Ottawa, and even then some. So it was nice to talk to him, but he is leaving. He's leaving the area, and you know, he is leaving during the summer months, and I won't see him again. It is um, the final destination for him. He's moving away. He's healthy. He's doing okay. He's living. He's not dying. He's just moving closer to family, and so um, the connection that I have with him, I'll never see him face to face again. I'll see him on maybe the chat or messenger, something like that, but I will never be physically in the same room with them. And so that's difficult. That is difficult when you become an elder person and everybody you know is moving or dying or going to long-term care or having health issues, and you don't get to socialize with them, right? So it's been tough. It's been really tough. It has. Yeah, it's been really tough to say goodbye to people that I have known for so long. It's really hard. It is really hard. Okay, so the next thing, this is all done, and the next thing I need is a plate. That on the plate. Yeah, so it's really difficult to say goodbye to people, and I have to admit to this, and I'm not shy. I'm not shy. So I have to admit when the individual told me that they were leaving, um, when the individual told me they were leaving, I did let a couple of tears loose because I've known this person for a long time. They helped me out in times when I had no one else to turn to. So they were actually like a gift from God. It was like a friendship where this individual was there when I needed someone, and he's leaving. And so I wish him the best, and I hope that his life is wonderful where he's going. He'll be closer to family, and he'll be closer to the heavens. And the truth is, I lived where he's going, and it is absolutely beautiful there. I mean, you can touch the sky from where this fella is going. So, kudos to him, and I hope his life goes well. I will miss him. I will miss having those little chats, right? So, that's something that just happens. It happens, and you have to be prepared for it, right? So, I'm going to set up the tray now. Okay, so I'm just going to make little round balls, and I'm just going to pop them down. Now I always do testers. I put some in first just to see how they go, and if I've put enough butter in and things. So yeah, so we're going to put a few in and test them and see how they go. But I'm fairly certain it's going to turn out well. Yeah, fairly certain. I try not to make them too big because I like them. And so I do have a tendency to eat them very quickly. Just like my crackers, I make gluten-free crackers, and I just go sneaky on them. I do go sneaky on them. Okay, so now I am going to use my lifter to flatten them. It's because I like the ridges. It leaves ridges, right? So we're gonna flatten them like that. And now they're going in the oven. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to do is I only have a little bit left, so I'm going to make the little balls and put them on the plate, and then when those ones are cooked, I'll just plop these ones on, right? So I try not to make them too big. Yeah. So it didn't even use a cup of flour. It used maybe 3/4 of a cup. We'll see. We will see how they turn out. I think it makes about a dozen. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, it made 16. 16. That's enough. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the metal tray to cool it. But they're ready to come out. I like them dark. So that's as dark as they're going to get. And they're usually crispy. I like them crispy. So I think I have enough room on this tray. So let's show you. They turned out pretty good. They turned out pretty good. See, they turned out pretty good. And they will be crispy. I like them crispy. So, yeah. So let's get on to the rest of them. So we'll use the same parchment paper. Okay. I love the little ridges. It makes those little tiny ridges. I like it. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. And these look amazing. Like, look at that. I'm going to have to fight with myself not to have any. I really am. Yeah. So, ginger and black pepper cookies. All right. So let's let them cook and you shall see the final result. And I'll get to taste test them tomorrow. So the only other thing that I'm going to do on this video tonight is I will post, I think the main picture will be of the cookies that I take out of the oven. You don't need to see my face, especially this late at night, right? So it's getting on, I think it's getting on 9, maybe something like that. Let me see, actually, I could just check. Yeah, it's getting on 9. So it's 8:51 and I'm baking cookies. The things I do, I'm telling you. I don't know. Is it old age? Huh? Anyway, I shall see you on the next video. And if you can, give yourself a shot at making these cookies. It's very, very simple. 1/4 cup of butter. I'll put the recipe here. So it's a 1/4 cup of butter, about 3/4 cup of flour, whatever flour you use, gluten-free or whatever. If you use gluten-free though, you're going to have to put a binder in with it. And I think you can use psyllium husk or I think flax seeds or xanthan gum. They work as a binder to hold it together. But if you're using white flour, 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, about 1.5 tablespoons of ginger, and 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Yeah, remember that, right? So make sure you're checking the recipe that I will put down here because I'm not really sure if I mean, it's getting on 9 o'clock, so I can't really remember if I told you everything. So I'll put it here so that I do. So I shall see you in the next video. The good Lord be willing. Bye-bye. Have a good night.